Hello, my planner people. My name is Angelina, and today we're going to discuss habit trackers and the top 3 reasons why you might want to consider using them. I also have a free habit tracker link for you below, so please don't forget to check that out. You hear all the time about the top habits to follow, and maybe you've tried to do them. This video is not about which habits to follow. We get enough of that already. Instead, this is about how to track the habits that you're aiming for so that you can be successful at maintaining them in your lifestyle or towards your goals and aspirations. According to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he defines habits as being small decisions and actions that you perform every day. Now that we know what habits are, we can move on to defining what a habit tracker is. It's a tool, usually paper or digitized, that you can use to track your habits daily. They usually look something like this. It has a list of habits on one side, along with a space for basically checking the box, so a yes or no format. Did or did you not complete the habit for the day? You can have the habit tracker in any multitude of forms. It's fairly versatile. I've seen it in bullet journals, paper planners, and digital planners. It can be in any sort of planner, whether it be weekly, monthly, daily. It's completely up to you how you want to incorporate it. In all cases, the formatting will be similar, where you have the habits listed on one axis and the day listed on the other, with a place to mark yes or no, was this complete? I usually mark check it yes, and then leave it blank if I didn't complete it. Whether it's working out, doing yoga, meditation, or saving money, I'm sure we've all tried a new habit that we were at first really gung-ho about. Think of the mindset that you have around New Year's resolutions, where it's really exciting at first, and then as time goes on, you start skipping days, losing motivation, straight up forgetting about it, or things just conveniently come up. There's a statistic that it says by March, everyone working on their New Year's resolutions, about 80% of people have already stopped working on them. And that's a pretty jarring statistic, and that's where habit trackers come in. The first reason why you might want to consider using a habit tracker is that you can use it as a reminder daily. So if you have it in your planner, which you're usually looking at the beginning of the day most likely, then you will see that checklist, and that'll be your visual cue and reminder to work on that habit or to get it done. This may come in handy if you're by chance an out of sight, out of mind person like myself. It can help you visualize what you need to do and get it done. I also like to list my habits in the order that I would like to complete them for the day. For example, I would like to do yoga first thing in the morning, followed by a journaling exercise and a quick meditation. You'll find some habits are immediately actionable, like the ones that I just listed, and others can instead be a conscious effort or decision that you're going to be working on throughout the day. For example, drinking 8 cups of water a day. Definitely not going to do that first thing in the morning, nor would it be wise or healthy to do so. But I can pour myself a large glass, which would be around 16 ounces, and I can have that done within my first waking hour, have a second glass before I've had lunch, and another glass after lunch as well. I know I'm going to eat, so I can base it around that. If I notice that, oh, it's lunchtime and I've only had the 1 glass, then I really need to get with it. And I also like to have water with my meals. So with that, I at least can get the bare minimum of what I'm aiming for every single day. And so that's just a system that I've come up with that really helps me check in. And now it's such a habit that I really notice if it's been a while since I've had any water to drink. And it might seem silly, but that's the system I use. And I know we all are different medically, and that might not be the right decisions for you. I'm just sharing how I do it in case it helps you with any systems you're looking to incorporate with your habit tracker. Another reminder that's nice to see at the beginning of the day is one of those decision-making ones. For example, I choose to have 0 spend days. This is not going to be every single day, but I would like to shoot for around 3 to 4 days a week where I'm not just frivolously spending money. Looking at it at the beginning of the day will just remind me about that, and then at the end of the day, it's more of a reflective one, which we'll get to the reflections later. The second reason why habit trackers can be a great tool to use is that they can give you that positive reinforcement or internal motivation to keep going. Once you start checking off your tasks day by day, you'll see how far you've come, and you'll know that you can keep going because you've proven to yourself already that you can. I find it easier to keep a good streak going, as I would rather not break it and lose all my progress. I mean, have you ever worked out for the first time in a really long time, and then you hurt your back and your neck, and then you're completely stiff for a few days? Like, you're like an owl, you cannot turn your neck. Yeah, ask me how I know. It had been a really long time since I worked out, and when I got back into it, I didn't think I was really pushing myself, but I must have done something incorrectly. So I hurt myself there, and it was brutal and literally just physically painful. So my point is that I would rather not lose my progress, even if I do a little bit every day. That would help me to not literally painfully start over completely. So even if you're doing a little bit of something, that's better than doing nothing at all. The third reason why you should consider using a habit tracker is that they give you a chance to reflect. You can ask yourself, why didn't I do this? No time? Schedule it. Make time and remove something else within your scheduled day if this is something that you truly value. Basically, this will force you to prioritize your time, which is hugely important in my methods of planning. You'll have to ask yourself if this is important enough to make time for it, and really be honest with yourself and decide if it's something that you actually value. If you keep not doing the habit or making that daily decision, maybe remind yourself why you wanted to do it in the first place. The way I remind myself is with my vision board in my digital planner, which I look at every morning. And these have my whys. This is built off of my values, which personally are my family, my partner, financial freedom, and my health, just to name a few. So those are essentially my values. And if a habit is not in alignment with my values, then it gets the axe. Again, I'm not telling you what to value, I'm just sharing with you mine as an example. And yes, there are ebbs and flows where I'd go a week without looking at my habit tracker. And then I'd have to have that conversation with myself. Do I really value doing these things in the morning? Does it really make me feel better? Do I have a better day? Does it set me up in a way that I want to be for the rest of the day? And the answer was yes. So now I get up a little earlier and I get those things done. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to do them later on in the day just because that's how I am. Some people like to work out after work. I know that I'm not going to have that motivation to make that effort. It doesn't fit with my lifestyle. So everybody's different and you'll find what works for you, but that was the way that I was able to make time for it. In the end, habit trackers help keep me accountable, and it can help you do that too. They're a really great tool, and the hardest part is being consistent with them every day, and you'll have a habit of using your habit tracker. To summarize, they serve as a great visual checklist. They have positive reinforcement and accountability, and they're also a great tool for reflection so that you can determine if the habits you're aiming for are really in alignment with your values. The last bit of advice that I want to leave you with today is to start slow and give yourself some grace. Seriously, I will likely do a video on this topic alone because it is that nuanced and important. Please allow yourself to have some breathing room and don't beat yourself up if you faltered. Just find out how to help yourself succeed. Lay out workout clothes the night before. Make a zero spend rule that's manageable with a budget, or regular bills are okay, but any frivolous spending would go there. It's okay to live and be human. You will make mistakes. I mean, I have and I will, but the beauty is that we will learn from them. Learn who we are and how we can be better. And one way to be better is to enlist the help of a habit tracker. Now that you know what they are and how to use them, you too can improve consistency with your habits and live the life you want. Don't forget to get your free habit tracker linked below and talk to me in the comments. Tell me, what habits are you focused on right now? Have you tried a habit tracker before? And if so, did or did it not work out for you? I hope this helps you have better success with it in the future. And thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time.